Berry Farms here live with the four-time Olympic medalist and most decorated beach volleyball player in the history of the sport, Kerri Walsh Jennings.
How are you, Brian?
Good, Kerri. Hey, good to see you again. We met at the Almond Conference in December. I'm lucky enough to be one of the 7,000 California almond growers and ABC board member. And question for you, Kerri, how was that conference experience and what did you take away from it?
Oh, Brian, it was such an unexpected surprise and treat for me. If I align with a partner or a brand, it's because I truly believe in them and they authentically fit myself, my life, my objectives, and who I want to be. And when I showed up at the Almond Growers Conference, like I was blown away by the heart and the soul and just the realness of the people. And it makes so much sense because I feel like you get what you give, and so to know the heart, the soul, the effort, just labor of love that you guys all put toward your products and toward, everything that we consume. It was so special to kind of match the two up. I feel like I was amongst family in a weird way because it just, when it resonates, it resonates. And so
Right.
I had a really good time. I left very inspired. I left very excited about our partnership because when I love something, Brian, I want to shout it from the mountaintop, like as much as I can. And so you guys just gave me, a heartful and a lot of just love to go and do that.
Awesome. Awesome. We loved having you. You gave a tremendous speech at the lunch there. And I didn't know if you remembered me, but I was the guy that asked to wear all four Olympic medals. So thank you for letting me do that. That was like a top 10 moment in my life. That was really cool.
Well, I mean, might as well wear all four. If you can handle the bronze, it takes a man to handle the bronze.
I
But
know. I know. I was just like, I was so excited with the one and then to have all four, that was just a whole.
uh,
So
well,
thank you.
now you have good reps, and now when we win
Right.
the fourth
Right.
gold and the fifth medal, you'll be,
Yeah.
old hat.
Well, I mean, wearing five is way better than wearing four, right?
100%.
Yeah. I also wanted to thank you for your time in January on the set for the California Almond shoot with my wife, Amy, who's a volleyball coach, and my daughters, Giselle and Kinsley. And they had some just major life moments with you, just sharing some thoughts and your inspiration. And thanks a lot for signing those balls. So that was a real highlight of their whole year.
Oh, well, hopefully you can outdo me, Dad. But it was so good to meet your girls. And it's so funny just they're in the background and they were so happy and the energy they brought to the set, is really special. By the end of the day, they were super comfortable and you have a beautiful family and
Thank you so
they adore the man in their life, which was
much.
really special.
Oh, that's awesome. Thank you. And we all agreed unanimously the commercial turned out great. And we love the kind of the schoolroom dive there. I think that was all of our highlights right there.
Oh my God. It was so fun to shoot that. And what
Yeah.
I've learned, like I already knew this, but it was reinforced. I am not an actress. Like hitting marks and oh
Disagree.
my gosh, it was
Great.
so stressful. But your crew is amazing. And I know the products. I haven't seen it yet, so I can't wait to see it. But yeah, it was fun to see it come to life, from
Yeah.
storyboard to participation. And
Right.
yeah, it'll be fun to see it all.
Well, you're a natural on camera, so excellent job. So we've been following your journey to Tokyo and thinking about how difficult it must have been to get the news of the postponement. So, I mean, it was a very uncertain time in March. Everything was up in the air. So just kind of walk us through what happened there.
Yeah, it was obviously just day by day, obviously, like with you guys, like everything just kept ramping up. And it went from a lot of crazy unknown and just waiting to hear answers to being like, okay, I see the writing on the wall. This is going to happen. Let me mentally and emotionally prepare myself because physically I'm ready. But
Right.
mentally and
Right.
emotionally, it's like the in between time that really messes with you. And I feel like athletes have to be built and we have to have the temperament of an almond grower because we get stuff thrown at us all the time.
Right.
And once you know what you're working with, you can move forward powerfully. But
Right.
it's just, the unknown again is just a weird area. And so once they made the announcement, I had a moment of sadness for sure. Cause it's like,
Right.
my visions for this year have obviously changed. But more than anything, it was a sigh of relief because I can handle anything. I just need to know what
Right.
I'm working with,
Right.
and so it allowed me to breathe. It allowed me to shift my mindset and be like, okay, I have this extra year. What am I going to do with it? And then it's like all these beautiful, inspiring thoughts came into my mind. Like, this is only opportunity. I can do hard things. I'm built for this. I have another year to become the best I've ever been. I have another year to become even more aligned with my partner, to study my competition, and just to become more adaptable, more nimble, and just more in the moment. Because that's where the good stuff happens,
Right, exactly. Well, yeah, it was really twofold there. I mean, for you get the news, and then it's the processing, and then making the decision to compete in 2021. And unanimously, the almond growers are with you. We're supporting you. We're going to be cheering you on all the way. And when we can get back into, being in the public and watching you, the whole family's going to come out and watch you. And I don't know, I might even jump on a plane to Tokyo if I get a loose hair. But
Well, I think you should put that
yeah,
on the vision board in the
yeah,
possibility
I
realm.
think so. Well, we have some time to plan now, right?
We do. And
Yeah.
Tokyo is an amazing place, and it's going to be an amazing Olympics. I keep having all these Zoom calls with all these junior girls, and
Right.
I'm like, how much do you miss the game?
Right.
Like, it
Right.
hurts, but that is a gift,
Yes.
and it's a gift because you get perspective, you get appreciation, and you get this hunger that's hard to come by.
Right.
Especially for me, who's been playing for 20 years, been to 5 Olympics. Like, I miss that hunger because my life is full, and I've done it. But I'm going to use this to the best of my ability. And I think it's our job in life in weird times to focus on what we can control and to play the hands that we're dealt to the best of our ability. And having a great mindset, like I'm going to step up to this challenge, allows us to problem solve and to thrive. If we're going to be victimized by it, which, then we're just going to be victims and we're helpless.
Right. No, exactly. Well said. Shifting gears to some of the training, we're all in a new environment, trying to balance the kids being home. We thought it was 2 weeks. Now it's the end of the school year. Homeschooling, so what are some of your secrets? What are some of the things that you've been doing to find some success?
Oh man. Well, it just everything in my life, like I've been exposed greatly. It's like in challenging moments, your character is exposed, your
Right.
habits are
Me too.
exposed. And
Agreed.
that's why, right? I'm so grateful that I have had a lifetime of discipline, of making mindful choices because I am my habits.
Right.
And the fact
Right.
that I shopped healthy before this, now I can snack healthy at home.
Yeah.
The fact that it was part of my life, not just my job, but part of my lifestyle, that I work out every day.
Right.
I'm equipped for that. So for me though, it's not always easy because the motivation has dropped a little bit,
Right.
and it's shifted, which is okay. That happens in life. So now I find myself laying out my workout clothes the night before.
Nice.
I find myself meal prepping, and I find myself literally when I shop now, I used to hustle and spend equal time in all parts of the store, but now I
Right.
literally focus like 95% on the real foods. I don't want
Nice.
to be in the middle aisles because I don't want to get fat, and I want to fuel my body properly. And real
Yeah.
food, we both know this. This is why we love almonds. Like real food and real nutrition is what we
Right.
need. And
Yeah.
so I'm so happy I have developed healthy habits, but now it's just I just need to stick to them.
Right.
And again, just be empowered by these things, not feel like, oh, woe is me, this is so hard. It's like, no,
Yeah.
discipline is freedom. Eating healthy makes you feel good. Like, there's a cause and effect for everything.
I've been kind of fighting back like the COVID-15. It's been kind of
I
creeping in
know.
a little bit, and it's like, why am I eating 7 times a day? But yeah, you,
I
you throw those almonds in there and bridge the gap from meal to meal and shrink it back down to 3. So I'm with you.
Oh,
Yeah.
you're funny. I know. I'm
Awesome.
I'm an amazing snacker. For the
Yeah.
first 2 weeks, I just kept eating like I was training 4 times a day.
Yeah.
And that showed up very fast. And I eat healthy, but calories are calories.
Right.
And so I certainly, but again, it's really a beautiful thing in life to be exposed.
Right.
It sucks. It
Yeah.
hurts. You're like, I thought I was better in that way. But it's like, once and self-awareness is like the key and the ignition to
Right.
positive change. So, that's another benefit of this time.
I love all you give so many amazing quotes. I just kind of want to back this up and just like highlight these are all like t-shirt worthy. So like
I
it's
probably
awesome.
stolen them from everybody, Brian. So nothing's original,
Oh,
but I'm living them, so they're mine.
right, exactly. Let's talk about your teammate Brooke Sweat. What is she doing with the changes? Are you guys still able to work out together? I mean, so what's she going through right now?
Well, Brooke is amazing. She's resilient, she's nimble and adaptive, and she has a strong faith, and she just does what's required.
Right,
She's a big girl and she steps up to challenges. And so
right,
Brooke is training. She's busting her butt. She's back home with her family in Florida. Her family went through some health problems. It turns out her father had COVID, They thought it was pneumonia, and he just got the antibodies test 2 weeks ago, and he had it. He has the antibodies, so he's a warrior. We all knew that already.
Wow.
So she's home with her people. She's doing what I'm doing, just in her way at home. So I have the West Coast covered. She has the East Coast covered. We're staying connected. She sent me the most amazing Mother's Day gift yesterday, and she's so sweet. So she's awesome. I miss her a lot, like just how I miss the game. I miss my partner. And what I'm excited about us is that we tend to want what we want so bad that we kind of supplicate the dream in seriousness. And I feel like this is going to allow us to be more playful, because it's like, what are we so serious about? We can still want what we want, but be playful and still go for the throat, So we're going to kind of do that dance and come back together.
That's awesome. And is she also eating almonds as part of her training regimen?
Well, I don't know if I'd partner with a knucklehead, and Brooke fuels herself very, very well. Yeah, almonds.
Nice.
I mean, if you were to travel the world with us, you would see that almonds are, it's just, if you're an athlete, if you're a human who wants efficiency and, good natural food, you're going to find a person who has almonds in their carrying case. They come in so many variety of forms, and it's so fun. But that's the little bit of home that I bring with me everywhere. And thank goodness, you can get them around the world. But no, Brooke fuels herself very well in every way. Nutrition is a huge one for us. But we've lived both sides of not paying attention and not eating mindfully, and then now eating mindfully, and we're fueled by it. We want to be at our best. And what we fuel ourselves with is huge. And that's why this partnership with the Almond Growers Board is huge for me. This is not fake. This is not like, it's so real. And I'm a mother. I want to be an advocate for the great things in life. And I want to be a great example. And so that I sincerely reach for almonds on the daily to fuel myself. I'm very comfortable, like spreading it to the world. I'm kind of a pusher for things that I love. So
I love it. That's awesome. That's all. Yeah. From, the almond grower perspective right now through these times, it's weird because day to day, the ranch is still about the same. It's only when you get off the tractor and call it a day, we realize we're in a global pandemic, and it's weird kind of shifting in and out of that. And but you're handling it so well, you're focused. So yeah, impressive. Great job.
It's a roller coaster. All these things I'm saying are like my ideal. It doesn't mean I live it every single day, because I feel like if you have like a good internal working model mentally, you can handle these things. But sometimes for me, at least, since I like to focus on the positive and what I can control, when I'm kind of shocked by what I see outside of me and the masks and all these things, but it's like we have to accept everyone in their comfort level, meet them where they're at. And it's up to us to think for ourselves critically, to be smart and do the common sense things. But mostly it's just like, this is just showing us that our happiness, our comfort level should not be dependent on anything outside of us. Even in a global pandemic, do what it takes to make you feel good and stay in your body, to protect your family, and let people do what they're doing.
Yeah. Excellent. Yeah, well said. I couldn't agree more. The trees don't know that COVID is going on right now. The ranch doesn't know that we're in this pandemic. So when you're out in the fields, you kind of still get that serene feeling, and really get to enjoy what being a California almond grower is all about. So very, very well said.
I'm envious of you, and I'm happy for you at the same time.
As we're kind of wrapping up here, harvest is in August and September, and I would love to have you and the family out and give you guys a full harvest tour, get you in there with the shaker, the sweeper, the pickup machine, and even a little bit of a plant tour. So if you can schedule that, love to have you out. You have the VIP Golden Pass anytime you want.
Brian, that means a lot. And first of all, I don't need VIP or Golden Pass. I would like to be put to work if we come out. My kids as well. Let's put some chest hair on us, please.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is a great summer because, my plans have shifted a bit. So I have this summer largely off. So I would love to come and be inspired.
You can always use extra hands. I'm sure the other 7,000 growers are kind of like writing this down, thinking the same thing right now.
I reserve the right to change my mind on the work.
That's right.
However, I will show up with a lot of love. No doubt.
Great. Well, thanks for just the time today. Thanks for showing us how resilience in the face of adversity is the key to success in sports and life. You're such a wonderful inspiration on and off the court, and this has just been a tremendous partnership for us.
Oh, I love it, Brian. I'm so honored. It's so mutual. And something that just popped into my head that keeps coming into my environment is, in times like this, we have to double down on faith.
Yeah.
And I feel like you guys live that way, and you double down on faith, but you do your part and you do your work, and you act like you own the challenge. And that's my recommendation. That's what I'm telling myself to do every day. act like I chose it, and thrive
Yeah.
through it. But God bless you. Thank you for having me, and
Yeah.
go Almonds, man. I'm so
Awesome.
proud
I
every day
love
you're with
I
me.
love it. No, yeah. Thank you so much for the support of the California almond industry, and love to have you out on the ranch. And we'll all be following you with your journey to Tokyo and be supporting you along the way.